line straight up, like that.
Like connecting to it?
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna make it a little more. Like this?
Bravo. Good job. Bravo means excellent.
I
Okay.
know.
Now come this way. Make it like a P. Circle around and curly Q through that second line right there. See where the G is? You're making the G right now. Do you see a G in it? Uh-huh, that's a G, isn't it? See, all the rest, just pretend like all the rest of it isn't there. The center of it, now it doesn't move anymore, but hundreds of years ago, you could just move that clef anywhere you wanted it. Say wherever that little curly Q at the end is going, that's the note G. Okay? We don't do that anymore. Okay, we keep it in the same place. Now, the same for the F clef, the bass clef. They originally meant the treble clef, wherever that is, that's where the note G is. So the notes would just move all over the place. Nowadays, to make it easier to read, we keep them in the same place. Okay, but you might see some ancient music where it's moved around. Forget it.
Why would anybody still see ancient music? Like, I mean, it's ancient, so that
Well,
means it's...
we still read ancient books. The Bible, the
But, like,
Iliad, the
but it had to
Odyssey.
be
We still look
carried
at
on.
ancient art, ancient plays, Shakespeare.
I've seen,
Like this?
I've seen a little...
Good job.
I've seen
Good
an
job.
art from like the 1300s. Not the
Right on,
13.
going way back,
No, like 13 something. Like 1300s.
like 1328 or something like that. I got you. That's a long time ago. I wasn't
That's
even
like
born then.
2000.
Well, yeah.
2000.
Well, all right, now let's tackle the bass clef. It's a little simpler, okay? You basically just draw a backwards C like this. Start on this second line here and draw a dot just like you did the other one.
Okay.
One down, buddy. Second from the top.
Oh.
There you go.
And now we're gonna do another one right there.
You're just going to draw a backwards C like that, but it only comes down to that right there, okay? It's not in the middle. I don't know why.
I know.
I
It's
found
like right here.
I found
You're close. Oh boy, it is getting dusty. I need to clean
I found
these
these
keys.
two.
Yeah, is it right here?
Hit the power key, would you?
I found
Is it
these
this?
two.
You're close.
Are these?
Notice, gentlemen, the black keys. I want you to look at the black keys and see
This
if there's a pattern. Can you find a pattern to the black keys? Like a number pattern?
Yeah.
Well, tell me what it is.
It's
Well,
3, 2.
3 and
3,
2, right.
But there's also 1.
Well, that's because it's running out. If there were more keys up here, there would be 3. But it's ending. It has to end somewhere. It does the same thing down there on big pianos.
I thought it was the. I thought it was this.
Find a pattern of 2, find a set of 2 black keys, any set. That's a good one, okay? The first white key before those black keys. Now go down to the left on the first white key before those 2 black keys. Yep, that's one.
Right here.
That's one.
Right here.
That's one.
Right here.
One more. Oh my goodness, you did it. That's one down.
It's always
13 to
at
go. Play them together. Find a whole bunch and play them at the same time. Just the C's. Not any other keys. Just C's. I want okay.
I mean, they can.
Like this. They can hold it like this. Yes, you're right. But not the way they can't.
They
They
can also
can't do
write
the
like this.
finely tuned little details that a human being can do. Now that's a wonderful thing if you want to go build the pyramids or write a book.
Well, I don't.
But as far as playing the keyboard, thumbs are awful. They're terrible. I hate thumbs. And I'll tell you why, because they're heavy, they're awkward, they're stuck off on the edge of the hand where they don't do any
You
good.
can't really.
So, to play the keyboard, rule number 1 about playing the keyboard is we never put the thumbs on the black keys if there's any other way to avoid it, because it's awkward, okay?
Why would someone ever do like? You
Now,
do
you're
this.
both going to play now. I want you each to take your thumb and find a C somewhere.
Done.
Wrong hand, right hand. Right hand, there you go. Right hand thumb on a C. Find a C for me, pal.
When do you ever use your left hand?
You will. Thumb on the C, your thumb. Now, in piano, we don't call it the thumb, we call it 1, okay? Sometimes when you're looking at piano music, you'll see little numbers written over the notes. Those are finger numbers, Okay? That means this is the finger you should use. And now we are going to play a scale. So, all of us together with our thumbs on a C, making good. Right hand, your other hand. There you go. Now, the whole hand on the keyboard. That's it. Thumb on the C. What note are we playing, gentlemen? Say it out loud. C.
C.
Hear it. Listen to it. Keep it down. Okay? Second finger, number 2, is your index finger. Okay? It's a 2. Okay? And this is on both hands, by the way. It works the other way, too. It's backwards on the left hand, but it's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the next note, what's the letter in the alphabet after C?
D.
D. What do you think the name of the next note up is?
D.
D. So, okay, third finger on the next note, what would that one be?
E.
Exactly.
F.
Now, here's where it gets tricky. Okay, watch what my thumb does. See how I'm moving my thumb under?
Right.
Wrong hand, buddy. Use your right hand. This won't work on with the left hand. That's it. So you should be right here with your thumb. What's this note? What note are we on?
F.
F. Good job. And now just go G, A, B, C, and you've played the scale. 2, 3, 4, 5.
C.
Right. Quiz time. Quiz time.
I know quiz.
What finger is this?
5.
Five.
Look at my
This.
book. 2.
You're next. What finger is this?
2.
Okay. This one?
3.
Nope.
4.
Go.
1.
You know which one I'm avoiding, don't you?
Yeah.
Do you know? And you know why? 3. Also known as the driving finger. Okay.
Well, look
All
at
right.
this horrible.
Now, guys, I want okay. And say the names of the notes as I play them, both of you together, and watch where they are.
C. D. E. F. G. H.
There's no H. It starts over on A.
A.
Music just has a 7-letter alphabet. A, B, C. That's why we wind up on another C up
A,
here.
B, C, D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Exactly. The names of the individual names of the scale, the notes of the scale, have names. Okay? And you already played it a moment ago. Now, let's talk about sound. Why do you hear? What's happening? A sound is coming out of my mouth and you hear it.
It's vibrating.
Vibration is exactly the word I want to hear. Waves, right? Let's say sound waves, exactly. Let's say that actually, you're like one step ahead of me. This is exactly what I want to tell you. If you take a pebble and you drop it in water, what does the water do? What do you see it do?
It like splashes up and makes these small waves, and it goes in like a perfect circle, and it just keeps making them until they disappear.
Exactly. That's exactly what sound does, okay? It's not in water, it's in the air instead. I'm talking right now in my throat. Vibrations are happening, they're transferred to the air. They travel to your ear, and some little bones in your ear vibrate and go to your brain and say, hey, there's a sound. Okay?
And then your brain tells you what
Right.
he's saying.
Those vibrations are the reason that some notes sound good together and some do not sound good
Not
together.
with
Like
the
if you
pencil.
did these two, that would
Not.
sound
Probably not. No. Get this exercise down by your next lesson. Next time we learn how to play Frere Jacques. Bum 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 bum.
Is this an old one?
It's 8 or 10 years old. I've had it since
If I could
2012.
break a piece off?
No, that's the big piano.
Oh.
The big one, the 40-year-old one. You're forgiven.
Way to bring that up, buddy.
Can you say the names of the notes while you're playing them?
let's see.
Well, don't try. But look, I do want you each to play the scale 5 times every day. I want you each to play the
Noah.
scale 5 times every day. Okay? So how many times a day do you play the scale, Noah? Noah? How many times a day do you have to practice the scale?
10,000
Five.
hours.
5. Okay? I'm going to leave you all this keyboard to work on. Okay? You can borrow it. you do? This is the batteries. I forgot it had batteries in it. They should run out in just a second. They're 10 years old. All right.
Elijah,
There, see, it's all.
Elijah and Noah. What was the rule? How many times did they keep playing while you were talking?
Oh, a dozen or two, but that's
Yeah.
okay.
So,
We're not finished. Sit back down, guys. We're not quite done. Almost, but just one more thing. Now I want to hear you, Noah, play the scale. Which hand? Which hand are we using? Right. Where is middle C? Where is C?
C.
Okay. Thumb on C. Don't be scared to make sound. And keep going.
Okay, so
Second finger on that key. Second finger here.
okay, so
Hey, your brother does the same thing. Everybody tries to do that. They want to skip over a finger. With the scales, you don't skip any fingers, okay? It's always the next finger in your hand, okay? Like this, watch. See, first finger, second finger, third finger. Then you do the lump of the thumb under, okay? And then your fingers are lined up perfectly on the next keys that you need. You don't have to do this.
For some reason, I always end up.
Okay, that's too much. You can do it right from your fingers. You shouldn't have to move your wrists so much. You can move it a little bit, but so let's do it together. Why don't you come over here and do this with us? You should end on the fifth finger.
Elijah.
You should end on the fifth finger. We'll play
So, like,
each
end on
note.
this finger?
We'll play each note together. Okay, start with your first finger, both of you.
I mean, I have the first
We're
one,
gonna-
but now I'm like stuck.
Wait, we're gonna do it together. Okay, boys, here we go. All on the first note together with our thumbs. 1, 2, 3, go. Just the first note. Just the first note. Okay. Which finger is on it? Which finger? What number?
One.
C.
1. The note is C, but which finger?
Wow.
1. Okay. Where are we moving from here?
2.
2. And what's the name of the note?
D.
Point to it on the music. Good job. Okay. Moving on up. 3. And the note is called E. Why is your thumb on it? It should just be your third finger. Just like the other two. There you go. Now what happens? After the third finger, something happens. We move under with our thumb. And all the other 5 notes happen. Let's go back down. Start with your 5th finger here.
Can I show you one of my problems?
Let's work on the exercise, then show me. We gotta focus. Thumb. We don't skip over fingers. And now the third. Good job. Good job. Just second finger. Second one. Don't forget you got this bell.
Here.
You don't like using your second finger, do you? What is it about the second finger?
This is not. It doesn't
It's a
feel
great
right.
finger. I
It
mean,
doesn't feel right.
it will feel perfectly normal to you. Now, when you guys are playing these, close your eyes and tell me which of these 3 ways you think sounds better. Close your eyes. I'm gonna play it 3 ways, and you tell me which one you think is right. That was the first way. Don't answer yet.
That was a
That was the second way. Here's the third way. Which one of those 3? You think the third? What do you think? Third? What was wrong with the first one?
I mean, the first.
Too slow, like.
Well, it was slow. I don't care about them being slow or fast. I'd rather they be slow and right than fast and wrong. Fast comes later.
It sounded
okay?
like. I mean, it sounded like you skipped. Like,
I didn't skip anything, but what happened? You heard the first 3 notes, and then what happened? I'll do it again for you. Listen now. This was the first way. This was the one that was really wrong, and I want you to tell me why.
No, C.
I took too long. I took too long between the
Yeah,
3rd and 4th
And you
note.
also did.
Why? Why would I stop at the 3rd one?
You also,
and
you also
what,
did
boys?
this.
Why would I stop at the 3rd one? Do you
Noah.
think? Why would I stop at the 3rd one? because that's where that tricky little thumb coming under part is. So the point of this exercise, the whole reason we're doing this, is not just to bore you to death. Okay, I know it's boring. You get that. I'm so sorry. But the point of it is we're trying to get rid of that gap there. Taking the thumb under your third finger is not really a normal thing that your hands do every day. You pretty much only do it if you play keyboards, and it feels very awkward. You're getting faster, so you're getting better there. You're making it smoother, okay? And if you take one word away from this lesson, here's a great word. Actually, get your pencils out and write it at the bottom of your paper because it's just that important. If you don't
Dominance.
No.
Speed.
It's an Italian word. In music, we use Italian words because, first of all, the Italians were the original musicians, okay? Secondly, that means that any musician anywhere in the world can pick it up and read what it means, okay? Because we use Italian adjectives. What's an adjective?
Adjective is...
It's a word that describes.
Describes.
Right. So, loud, soft, strong. Here's, I'm not going to tell you any of those, but here, and I'll tell you the name piano means soft. Quiet, in other words. The point of the piano is unlike other keyboard instruments, if you play the piano, or this particular keyboard because it's been programmed that way, but if you play it hard, it gets loud. If you play it soft, if you play it lightly, the music is soft. Other keyboards can't do that. It doesn't matter how hard you strike the key, it's going to be the same volume. Okay? Here's the word. L, you got to write this down. E, G, A,
Lega.
T,
Oh, wait.
O. L, E, G,
Legato?
legato. It's an Italian word. Do you know what it means?
No.
It means smooth and connected. In other words, your scales should be legato. We don't want to hear that awful gap between the third and the fourth note that I was doing extra gappy so you'd hear it. Here, that was a gap.
I know.
We want to have, that's why you can do those first three really slowly so that they're all even, okay? None of them should be any louder than the others. Why do you suppose some of them would just accidentally come out louder than the others? Think about your hand. Are all five of your fingers? Because some of your fingers are stronger than the others, right? Your thumb is really strong, probably as strong as the other four put together. Your pinky and your fourth finger are very weak little fingers. The muscles in your hands are not very strong. Most of the piano playing muscles are actually here, right? Right. They start here. When you see somebody playing the piano, you can see these muscles back here working. See where it starts? It's not coming from your hand. It's coming from your elbow.
Like your skin vibrates.
That's it. That's the muscles in my arm working my fingers. Okay. A lot of people think they start here. They really don't. They start back here.
Because that's what gets your hands
Right.
to start.
And a lot of piano players hurt their hands by trying to do it just finger, 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 and never using the arm. Okay? I don't want you to get tendonitis. I had it in high school. It's very painful. Okay? So, and piano playing will give you tendonitis if you don't do it right.
Legato.
Oh, that's correct. It's legato and it means smooth. So what I want you both to focus on, smooth and connected. There's an opposite called staccato, which means choppy and separated. This would be playing legato.
No, sit up, please.
See, they were all connected. The melody up here was each
I
finger.
can't tell which one you
You will. This is staccato. See, I'm putting a little space between each note. They sound like if you touched an iron and pulled your finger away real hard, which we don't. We don't touch the keys and pull our hands. A hot iron, like what you iron clothes with. If it were hot and you touched it and you pulled your finger back because it burned you, that would be staccato. But connected and all put together is legato. That means there's no space. One note leads right to the next. One note's dying out just as the next one begins to make a sound. It's really hard to do on the piano. If you're doing it on an instrument like a trumpet or a saxophone all you have to do is keep blowing into the instrument and change the.
But wouldn't they
finger.
run out of breath?
Eventually, they have ways of keeping that from happening. They know how to breathe in through their nose while they're still blowing out through their mouth. That's part of the one of the things they learn.
How?
Well, it takes practice. That's peculiar to wind instruments. We don't really worry much about breathing on the piano. I'm gonna give you guys some more manuscript paper. I want you to write that scale out just like we did 5 times tonight. Okay. Homework and practice playing it. Yeah, because next time we need to be able to read well enough to play Frere Jacques. How'd you like your first lesson?
Good.
Good. Was I boring?
No.
Is it possible to do it?
I must have done something wrong. You guys did a great job. And I do understand that temptation to want to play it. I do get it. I was the same way.
So in jujitsu we say smooth is. What's our saying, Elijah?
Smooth is
Slow, smooth, and smooth is fast.
Right. The same could be applied for here. Also, when we do jujitsu, Noah, put that down. Listen, guys, look at me. I'm talking to you. Noah, you're going to be running a lap after this. You both are. Listen to me right now. In jujitsu, we talk about connected moves, right? A letter is into a
Sentence.
word. A word is in a...
Sentence. Sentence becomes a paragraph. A paragraph becomes a chapter. A chapter becomes a book. And a book becomes a series.
A series? Yeah, that's good. I wouldn't think so. I was thinking volumes, like encyclopedias.
Look, a lot of the same principles applies to jujitsu too. Do you think about what you're doing with your fingers? You think about what you're doing with the movements and you're practicing? Shoes and socks. Go take a lap. All right, Gary, what are the kids' homework?
Write the scale like this, like they did
Okay.
on any piece. And to practice playing it 5 times every day, like this. It starts here on this first white key, below the 2 black ones. Any 2 black ones. Okay.
Right.
Notice they go 2, 3, 2, 3.
Yep.
Find any 2. Go to the first white key before, and that's C. And they both know this. Okay. Any C. These are all C's.
I'm glad to find the lights.
Okay.
All they need to do is practice starting on C and using their first 3 fingers like this. And the hand motion is to move the thumb under after that 3rd key up to the next white key this way and flop the hand over. It's going to sound like this when they do it. And they'll be very theatrical about looping the thumb under. That's fine.
Right.
Okay. The important thing is to make sure he has a tendency to want to skip his index finger after he does that little trick. He wants to try this. If you do that, you'll run out of fingers. You won't have anything left for that one. So. It will. But it's better. I don't want to hear and then a 10-minute break while they think about what to do. That's why I want them to go real slow. See that little motion, that change of the hand position should not be detectable. I shouldn't be able to hear it. That just on the right hand's not. It won't work on the left because it's a mirror image. It's the same, but it's backwards, and it's very hard to do them at the same time.
Right.
See, it's reversed. The 3rd finger, you do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, but with the right hand, it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's mirror image. The hands, as you notice.
The homework for tonight.
That's it. That's all they got to do.
All right.
I need to work on some scales myself.